Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Abdul, founder of EMETRIX Tech. Welcome to another CyberDefense Pro hands-on lab where I demonstrate practical cybersecurity skills and explain the security concepts behind each implementation. Let's get it started. Today's labs focuses on configuring a captive portal using pfSense. A captive portal is commonly used in organizations, hotels, airports, and public Wi-Fi networks to control guest internet access before users are allowed onto the network. First, I am signing into the pfSense Management Console. pfSense is an open source firewall and router platform that provides centralized management for network security, firewall policies, VPNs, and access control. Now, I'm creating a new captive portal zone named Wi-Fi Guest. This dedicated zone separates guest wireless users from the organization internet network, helping reduce security risks while allowing controlled internet access. I am enabling the captive portal of the guest Wi-Fi interface. This ensures every guest device is redirected through the portal before receiving internet access. Next, maximum concurrent connections. Here, I am limiting the portal to a maximum of 50 concurrent users. This helps maintain network performance and prevents excessive resource consumption by limiting the number of simultaneous guest connections. Next, idle timeout minutes. I am configuring a 15-minute idle timeout minutes. If a guest becomes inactive, their session will automatically end. This reduces unnecessary active sessions and minimizes potential security exposure. Next, hard timeout. I'm setting a hard timeout of 45. Regardless of user activity, the session will expire after this period, requiring the user to reconnect. This supports better session management and network control. Now, I am enabling per user bandwidth restrictions. Limiting download and upload speeds prevents a single guest from consuming excessive bandwidth and helps ensure a stable experience for everyone connected to the guest network. So we set here 7,000 and default upload to 2,400. And add authentication tab. For this lab, the authentication method is set to none, meaning users are not required to enter credentials before accessing the internet. In production environments, organizations often integrate captive portals with authentication services such as Active Directory, radios, or social login, depending on their security requirements. After reviewing the settings, I am saving the captive portal configuration to apply the new security policies. Now, I am configuring a MAC address pass-through. This allows a trusted device to bypass the captive portal without requiring portal interaction. Organizations commonly use this feature for administrative workstations, printers, or other approved devices. So, finally, I'm adding an allowed IP address for the security analyst laptop. This creates an exception that permits the authorized devices to communicate through the network without being redirected by the captive portal, supporting secure administrative access. Description, security analyst, laptop. The captive portal has now been successfully configured. Guest users are managed through connection limits, session timeouts, and bandwidth controls, while trusted devices can securely bypass the portal using MAC and IP-based exceptions. These controls strengthen network access management and help protect internal resources from unauthorized access. And here is the lab report. Everything looks fine, and we get 100 score. Thank you for watching. I'm Abdul from EMETRIX Tech. If you enjoyed this hands-on cybersecurity lab, stay tuned for more CyberDefense Pro walkthroughs. See you in the next lab.